Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no! What is happening?
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine! Welcome everyone. Yes, poor Mara bot, even though I'm not the boss in that video, but welcome everyone. Welcome to everyone who was like watching Steph's Battlefield 6 stream, who made their way over here with the chat. But we'll be talking about pop culture news that we do once a week every Sunday. And I was talking to Steph that I'm going to talk to my D&D group because I am planning on playing the I wasn't able to do it this weekend, but I am planning on playing the next open beta.
Yeah.
Battlefield 6 weekend, and I might be joining her in Disparu, so pray
That'll
for
be
my
fun.
sanity. Pray for my
be an engineer.
Or recon.
Or recon, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll be playing it, and because I was watching this, and my military brain was working because I'm an Air Force vet basically. So I'm watching this going, watch your six. I'm shouting at the screen.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, do you know the term what watch your six means?
Yeah, it means look behind you.
Yeah, pretty much. So because there'd be the red indicator on the screen if you've played first person shooter games where tells you what direction the shots are coming from. I'm
no,
six.
I don't actually. I wasn't looking at anything on the bottom.
Well, it's not really on the bottom. It's more or less right, almost center, basically. But you see that red icon that pops up, basically, when you're getting shot at?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't notice. I'm not even lying, Mara. I didn't notice that at all. My main objective, I'm not even kidding, was to try and stay as close to Disparu as I can and revive him when I could. That was it. And then Mike joined. I was like, I can do it for both of them.
So I was I wrote in the chat. What?
I got a few kills. I think in our very first game, I got 3 kills.
Well, I'm saying it's I've never played a Battlefield games. I'm coming in completely noob to the whole experience. But I'm watching it and full it reminds me of an actual battle zone versus COD where it's this Bruce said run and gun, basically.
I was watching a little bit of what's his name? Beardo.
Mm-hmm.
Play it or I clicked on his stream to watch a little bit of it and I was like, oh, okay, this is just like COD. No, it's not.
No, I was watching the Gronk Squad play last night because like I said, I've never played a Battlefield game. So this would be my first experience. And I was watching this this is nowhere near COD, basically, or at least what COD has become in terms of just a simple running and gunning shit like that. Basically, it's actual, you need to look around corners, you can't just run out, basically, because you never know what's going to happen.
That's how I play COD, because I'll play it. My brothers will let me play it. Will let me play it. They play it here, but I'll play it every now and then. They just make fun of me because I just run in and start shooting anything. So
yeah, so the Gronk,
but I was
500. So yeah,
I was before the game even started, right? I went into the tutorial, the training part of it. And it was me, maybe 3 other people, and the rest were bots. That was it, just all bots. And I got 16th place. And my brother,
okay, I'm not gonna say that.
Brother was here. My brother was here. He was just you're terrible. What are you gonna do? I was like, teach me to get good in 10 minutes. He's like, yeah, that's impossible. I can't do that. Good luck.
Oh my god. But yeah, so like I said, I gotta talk to my D&D group because I might be joining them next Sunday. So I'll be either recon or an engineer. So I figure if Mike plays as well, one could be medic, one could be assault, one could be an engineer, one could be recon, basically. So we cover basically all those bases in the squad.
I didn't like being medic.
So I'm fine with being a medic, basically. But anyway, we have a few things to talk about. I will be giving my impression of Weapons and The Naked Gun because of the two of us, I'm the only one who saw those movies this weekend.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Let's see. And there's apparently a Resident Evil remake, not necessarily in the works, but going to be in the works. So if you like the Resident Evil games, it's not like the article says it's not going to follow Leon's story. It's not going to have Leon in it, basically. So it's going to follow, I guess, whatever non-canonical character the creators decided to come up with, basically. Or I don't know. I can't tell if what exactly they're planning from the article. Steph, I know you've seen Bloodlines, right? You saw Final Destination.
Yeah,
Bloodlines.
I liked it. They're making. I thought that was supposed to be like the end. Like that was it.
Well, it's the end of the main.
They're gonna make another one.
Yeah, they're gonna make another one. We'll talk about that. I think now. Let's put it this way. I don't think another one should necessarily be made because this is basically the end of the main storyline, the main storyline. But there is a way to do it, kind of, without interfering with the main storyline, and that's going back to the 1970s or 1980s, and we kind of follow a different family. Because basically, it's Bloodline set up the fact that all these families should not have been born, basically. Right. So it's all these families should not have been born. We can maybe follow one of those families. Yeah, it's not going to be a happy ending or anything like that, but we can maybe follow one of those families as long as it goes back to a different decade. Stay out of the 2000s, stay out of the 90s, basically. Go back to the 80s, 70s, things like that, and watch death
There's
follow.
There's nowhere for it to go.
I'm saying it basically be a spin-off. It basically be a spin-off movie, but main storyline, there's nowhere to go because of how it ended. I'm just saying, I'm waiting to see what they do. I'm not going to say, oh, it's going to be shit. Basically, I'm waiting to see what they come up with. Then I'll decide.
I don't want another one. The last one was cool. The last one was fine. It wrapped up everything, and it had all of these little Easter eggs to all of the other movies, all the previous Final Destinations movies, and those are already so much fun. Here's what I think. Are we gonna start already?
I'm gonna say all of the chat after you go through your impressions, but we'll maybe talk about that when I bring up the Final Destination article.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
All right, but anyway. Hello, Trey. I don't know if you're in the chat again, but he is doing a stream with a couple others reviewing the new Naked Gun movie. So, hey, Anthony, good to see you. Mike Hill, what is up?
Trey is streaming. Trey.
Last Sex Mail, #Ashkum, #36C. So, yep. Last Sex Mail, did you at all look at your DMs? Because I taught you some more Turkish. Caprinova, hello. Tazrim, what is up? Psychotic Mongoose, good to see you. Daniel Stewart, hello. Mike Noss, hello. Varsity Beer, good to see you. If I miss anyone, I do apologize because the chat tends to jump on me. I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Tara Crystal, what is up? Sandro, Steph is the Canadian healthcare of the battlefield. She may not arrest you. She may not even hold your hand in the end, but she will stare at you as you take your last breath. You did you were walking up to Disparu, he was right in front of you dying, and you walked over and just looked.
I was getting shot at. I was getting shot at.
And then there was another part where
I was actually I was getting shot at, and I looked down to press E, and I was dead. I didn't do it fast enough. I didn't do it.
Just you're standing on my body. And
the funny part for me was when Disparu revived both me and Mike. Was it both me and Mike? And we just stayed laying there because I didn't know that I got revived, and he was just lying on both of us. And he's they're going.
I was that's where you were facing every which way but where the enemy was coming from.
No.
Anyway, Numsy, hello. TJ, what is up? So hey, I played Call of Duty and I kind of lived Call of Duty if you think about it. So we'll see what having a team of 2 men and 2 women, how we fare next week.
Yeah. Steph is really bad at playing games.
Teach Steph tactics. I gotta teach Steph the whole concept of where shots are coming from, and not just to run blindly into the open.
You can't. You literally can't do it. Disparu has more patience than you do. All right, he has more patience. If my stream of Outlast taught me anything, is that you have paper thin patience.
Okay, in my
Paper
defense,
thin. Disper has more patience than you
in
do.
my
You'd
defense
be
to that
so upset
Outlast
with
stream,
me.
you spent an hour total either in a locker or staring at a wall. That was
Because
the
that
least
guy was coming
that was
after
the least
me.
scary part of the game, and you're hiding in a locker.
He was staring. He was coming out. He was literally outside the locker, like staring.
Yeah, because
Where
he
was
saw you
I
go into
supposed
the
to go?
locker. He saw you go into the locker. At that point, you leave and run like hell to the point where I tell you he won't follow.
He was following me.
Yeah, but he'll follow you, but he'll get to a point where it's like he'll stop following you. And I was telling you,
I know that.
run. I was telling you, Steph, I was like, I don't care what you do at this point. Just do something, because I'm watching your stream.
And I was choosing to stay in the locker.
You will never finish this game. You know that, right?
I really won't. I haven't picked it up since that stream.
Well, I told you had a reprieve since I couldn't join you this Friday, like I was saying. But if you want to play it like this coming Friday, yeah, after my stream, after I do a stream, I can like sit with you and like have hard liquor on hand.
You have no patience. No patience.
But
telling me that she's gonna teach me. She can't. She won't.
I can.
Mara is like one of the a sassy teacher, right? If she were here in the room and I did something wrong, she would smack my hand with the ruler. Sassy. Come on.
Corporal punishment works every time. Anyway. But yeah, Brandon Blair. Hello, Calix. What is up? I'll be playing the beta through Steam. So I'm just saying basically, like, before you run out into the open, like across a road, peer out around the corner, as we're taught with our M16s. Use your scope, use your sights.
I'm sorry, I'm not military. I didn't know that.
Rules of never mind. Spirian, hello. Andrew, what is up? I've deployed to Afghanistan and Iraq. I've survived a rocket attack in both countries. I've had M16 and M9 training.
Mara's hardcore.
Combat life-saving skills training. Yeah. So I'm just saying.
She's hardcore.
Let's see. Yeah, it's not supposed to be like COD. Yeah, but people are complaining because people are bitching about Battlefield 6, and then someone said that in the Gronking Discord, and are they COD streamers? And chances are they normally play COD, and they're bitching about Battlefield 6 because it's not like COD. Steph is good in shooting teammates. Yeah, I was saying she was shooting all these tanks, the downed ones and the one that had the blatant blue icon above it, and she's like, I'm just gonna fire. It doesn't matter.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't realize that was our tank.
I was I'm watching this going, Steph, it has a blue icon above it. Steph, it's your tank.
Didn't realize that was our tank. I thought I was doing something good. I thought I was actually killing people. That's why when I was I blew up a tank. I don't think that happened. Whatever. It was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Steph wouldn't stop playing. Just where it was 10 after, and Steph was boy, I gotta finish.
I'll make it, and I did. I made it to the end, and I was still here on time.
Battlefield Bowed Company is good. Yeah. Okay. Steph, did you check out Beardo and Jay playing Fortnite Power Rangers?
No, I didn't. I mean, I saw the stream that I went and saw Beardo's on. He was playing Power Rangers, and then he played Battlefield. So I actually skipped through that. I haven't seen it, but I've seen loads of clips on TikTok and Instagram. That they look awesome. They look amazing.
And I think that's supposed to this comment here. I think is part of the reason why people are bitching, especially if they're used to playing COD, because COD you can run and gun and get basically XP and be the best on your team, even if you're not playing the objectives. Whereas Battlefield is like very much stick with your squad, play the objectives. Like it forces you to actually play the objectives.
I like those
And
games.
this
They're
part is why
organized.
people are bitching. So,
Organized games.
she said her aim was to follow me around and res me, but doesn't like being the medic.
No, I was like your personal reser. I was like your personal healer, right? Just staying behind you. And then whoever I would spawn on, I would be like, I would try to be their personal healer. I felt terrible. Mike made me feel so bad when he like died right in front of a tank, and I was running away, and he's like, "Steph, please."
That was epic, Mike. Steph.
Yeah,
Steph. Like you were running around.
I ran back and
so
he got blown up.
Steph. You're so far away, Steph.
I was like, I'm coming, Mike.
To be fair to Steph,
I got blown up by a tank.
You
like,
can't fight
shit.
a tank with the gun, so you go like the.
I saw the tank.
Is to run. When you see a tank, you're supposed to run, basically.
Yeah, I saw the tank coming, so I was taking off, and then Mike was like, "Don't go, Steph."
I've never played as a dungeon master or like the games master. But when I play, I normally play as a cleric. That's my preferred class in regular D&D. This was like, yeah, I've left him like Godspeed.
I was leaving him. I'm saying that he like guilted me into coming back. Steph, don't leave me.
See, me, I would have been like, my course of action would be to get as far away out of combat, so that way he could spawn on someone who's not in combat versus trying to take on a tank. So yeah. Jam, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Walker Toxic Ranger, hello.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look. I was gonna save this for my stream, but I have to share it with you, Mara. I found David Corenswet's old YouTube channel.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll talk as soon as I get through the chat, which I'm nearly done. So actually, well, I was lacking patience during the Outlast stream because, like I said, Steph refused to do anything except hide in a locker or stare out a wall. But
I'm scared.
But if the military taught me anything, it is patience, because there's a little concept called hurry up and wait that I don't think most normal people understand. And yes, I survived army food and I've survived MREs. So, and I eat the MREs cold. So, thank you, Calix. We're adorable. We're just so adorable. If I miss anyone, I do apologize. Seva's hood battlefield skills, basically. Like, she's from the hood. Okay, if I miss anyone, I do apologize, because... well, hold on. So there was a question. So, yeah. What's my favorite war game? Never really played many war games, unless you count Halo. That was a big thing I played. Dan Blackroyd, did you skip the sniper training, Dan? I'm still playing, like, okay, for those who are new to this stream, all right, I know Dan, so I know, like, the other name he goes by, and what I'm going to do at some point, if when I save the money to go to Australia, is I am going to fly to Australia, take one or two of my cosplays with me, because I do some cosplaying, and I'm going to live stream myself physically assaulting this man.
Okay.
There you go. It'll go faster. Getting there will go faster the more super chats I get. Yeah, I survived. Yeah, pretty much. Like that was like basically gold if you got the MREs with like M&Ms and shit, shit like that. Basically, it's like you hoarded that. You did not tell anyone. So yeah. Anyway, okay, let's just see David Corenswet, or however you pronounce his last name. Let's see his old YouTube channel. You're muted.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, let's just see it.
Okay. So it's So his YouTube channel was called Mo and Jerry Weather. So this is Mo, and this is Jerry.
Wow.
Yes. His last video was 7 years ago. First one was 10 years ago. Oh, 11 years ago. So Mara!
I have no words. They made it to 12K subscribers.
Yeah, they made it to 12K subs. Let's look at this one. They just do skits together, like not skits, sketches.
I'm done playing games with you. We have everything. We've got the whole picture. We have the accounts, we have the transfers, we have the individuals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 accounts.
So he's like in his early 20s here. I think he's like 22, maybe 22.
We have the transfers from A to B, B to C, C to D. The only thing we were missing was you. And now we have you. So why don't you take a minute and tell me, where did that transfer go?
He's good, right? What do you think? It's not too cringy.
Not too cringy. I'm waiting for the other guy to talk.
I'm sorry, I'm really confused with where this sketch is going right now. I thought it was going in a direction and we didn't go there. You're talking about some kind of transfer? That I was lost. I was just completely befuddled by that. And then were you using an accent earlier? Because you are definitely not right now. That is your voice. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault.
Do I have to start from the beginning?
I'm sorry if I wasn't clear about that before. I would really like to start from the beginning. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
It's not bad, right? Like this is kind of cringy though.
Yeah, yeah, the guy who plays Mo in that picture looks like he should be on a certain list.
Let's look at a little bit of episode 5.
How did we meet?
Who would have thought this would be Superman? What is this and why are you watching it? I found David Corenswet's old YouTube channel that he shared with his friends.
How did we meet? Oh, man.
Well, it was around Christmas time.
It was super wintry out.
Do you think they
could
seem a little
Smell all the smells of Christmas. There were the vendors.
smell all the smells of Christmas?
Bless you.
I didn't write it.
I can't remember my phone number. Mo, you'll have to wait just a minute.
We last played about a week ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't quite remember. I think I won that one, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah, I thought I did. What do you owe me again?
No.
Mm-hmm.
That was super gay. Like such a gay face right there. Look. What do you owe me? Ooh, look.
Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
That was so gay. Gay face.
That's to you.
Oh. What do you think?
You
This
know
guy's
she watched-
Superman now.
Hmm.
He's Superman. Oh my gosh, this one. Everyone's a critic is actually really funny.
Didn't you? Well, you
Hold on.
Use a bat or start working to be on.
Look at how tiny he
That's
is.
JP, our executive producer.
Yeah, they're still lipstick. They're in matching red satin robes.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to We've Just Watched a Movie. Tonight we decided to review the classic film Toy Story.
I don't understand why he keeps looking in his robe. He does that multiple times for like every review. He's like, we're reviewing
He's looking
the.
at notes. He's looking at notes.
He does it every time.
The problem with this film is that it's extremely unrealistic.
Nobody ever wins at the claw machine. Slinky dogs cannot reach that far.
I wanted to see more of Andy's mom. I mean, a single mother in the 90s with 2 kids?
Bread and butter. Bread and butter.
Oh, yes, please, Mo.
Exactly.
That was so gay. Oh yes, please, Mo. Hold on. They all start the same way.
Hello, and welcome to We've Just Watched a Movie. Tonight we decided to review the landmark psychological thriller, The Wizard of Oz. The problem with this film is that our TV's in black and white.
Which totally ruins the reveal of Kansas being a desolate wasteland of sand.
Also, the terribly misadvised naming of the cowardly lion. Let me tell you, it takes some serious guts for a 400-pound cat to walk around on its hind legs spouting philosophical bullshit.
Monkeys don't fly.
Exactly.
That's so dumb. Hello, we have to watch this one now.
Hello, and welcome to We've Just Watched a Movie. Tonight we decided to review the critically acclaimed Japanese film Spirited Away.
All
Wow.
3 of these movies I've
Couldn't
seen.
understand.
Huh?
All 3 of these movies I've seen.
I know, yeah.
Film Spirited Away.
Well, couldn't understand a word.
Whole thing was in some foreign language.
No idea what happened.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That was actually pretty funny.
though.
That was actually
Here's the
pretty
last
funny.
one.
Hello, and welcome to We've Just Watched a Movie. Tonight we decided to review the family Christmas film, Home Alone. The problem with this film is that we're basically asked to root for a person who's essentially just a very small psychopath.
That kid is crazy.
I mean, Joe
Actually
Pesci and the guy
true.
from City Slickers would have been dead.
He goes out and gets some milk so everyone's proud of him. Can you say attempted murder?
Couldn't even spell it.
Exactly.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Kevin is a little psychopath.
Yeah, so that's David Corenswet's old YouTube channel, Mo and Cherry Weather. Didn't know it existed. I just found it. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Mo and Jerry Weather. I can't believe it's still up, to be honest. Like,
I mean, I think YouTube basically channels stay up unless for as long as long as the person who created the channel doesn't delete it or anything. So
yeah. I wonder who created it. They also have a Facebook page. What does that look like? Facebook.
that ages it. That ages it.
What is that? The Kafka, K and Peel?
Key and Peele.
Oh. Mo
Key
and
and
Jerry
Peele,
Weather, the
basically,
full story.
Jordan Peele and
Oh. The
Key-
Kafka, Key and Peel. What's a
Yeah.
Kafka?
You never heard of Kafka, the author?
No.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Very philosophical.
Ah,
author.
okay. Like a more sophisticated Key and Peele.
Yeah, pretty much. That kind of like, I guess, is their way of yeah.
That's their that's their Instagram. I mean, their Facebook. They have 400 followers. I don't know. He's a German philosopher. Oh, okay.
Like he has a lot of his like stories, like, very, like I said, philosophical.
Mm.
So like when they say the Kafka, Key and Peele, it's like the more elevated Key and Peele, basically, like elevated comedy, or what they're trying to indicate. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my gosh, someone posted 3 weeks ago saying, "Can someone revive this page?"
Yeah, I don't think they are going to.
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to. Anyway, so I figure, like, even though I'm the only one of the two who's seen these movies, we'll talk about real fast. I'll talk about Weapons and Naked Gun. My impressions of them, whether you agree or disagree, we'll see. Anyway, I'll start with Weapons. Let me just bring up this article, like, with the box office numbers. Where's they changed this, and I fucking hate, like, the icons down at the bottom of the screen. I have so many tabs open.
Oh my god, I bit my tongue.
Oh my god, I hate these ads. You okay, Steph?
I took a bite of my fruit and I bit my tongue.
Let me zoom in a little bit. Anyway, we're not really going to go into this article, but I'm going to have this up because it's basically got to 70 million. I think, like, Weapons is going to, I think, easily make its money back. I'm not sure what the budget, if they go into the budget. That's why I say, like, I want to see if they go into the budget here. Because normally horror movies are low budgets. So there's, like, it's easy to get your money back with a horror movie, but especially if it's good. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think they go into it.
38 million was their budget.
Okay, so they made 70 million. So like 38 million. There really wasn't much in the way of marketing, so I'd have to look at the marketing budgets. But 38 million. Yeah, they're close. Like they're really close to breaking even right now. They're gonna break even. Might even make a small profit. Like horror movies, especially if they're good, tend to easily make a profit. And I think Weapons is. I think Barbarian is slightly better than Weapons. Weapons is a trip. And Weapons also did not have Pedro Pascal. Did you know that Pedro Pascal was also almost in Weapons?
Yes, he was supposed to be in Weapons, but he had scheduling conflicts, so he had to bow out of it, which caused the director to actually recast all of the roles. He didn't do Weapons in order to do Fantastic Four. Yeah,
which I think in the long run worked for the Weapons director.
Yeah,
basically.
Worked in his favor.
I think of like Josh Brolin, I can't see anyone else in that role right now. I could not, because Pedro Pascal was supposed to play Josh Brolin's role in the movie, and if you were to watch the movie and watch that character, like there's no way I could picture Pedro Pascal.
Well, not only that, but I'm wondering with like the Pedro fatigue right now, if people would have gone to see the movie.
Would have skipped
if people actually would have gone to see the movie, because he was also in Materialist and Eddington. I think Materialist did pretty well, but Eddington didn't. So, and neither did Fantastic Four, to be honest. So, who knows? Like, if he had stayed attached to that project, if people would have even gone and seen it just because he was in it. People are like, oh god, not another film with Pedro Pascal. I just don't want to bother.
Hold on. Superman is supposedly expected to top out at 680 million. Well, right now it's at 578 million. So I highly fucking doubt it'll reach another 100 million to make 680 million. Like, even without adjusting for inflation, it's not even beating Man of Steel. Anyway, but back to Weapons. All right, I can't say too much because there is a twist to it. Like with Barbarian, there is a twist to it. I don't want to go too much into it without risking revealing the twist, basically. But one thing I appreciate about the movie is that the movie starts out with a child giving some exposition, basically. All right, and I'm thinking,
given to what? Sorry.
Exposition, basically, like going into like what like the incident that happened, which we know from the trailer. Basically, one night, all these kids left their homes, no reason whatsoever, and just disappeared, basically. And I'm sitting there going, are we going to get like a lot of that in the beginning?
Is Weapons the movie where because I didn't watch I watched some preview and I don't remember if this was Weapons where all the kids are like lured out of their houses?
Yes, that's
Okay.
Weapons.
Okay.
That's Weapons, basically. But I don't want like no. Some people might care. Some people might care. So I don't want to spoil too much. Like I said, especially because it is new. It is new, and there is a twist. And I don't want to say too much. Basically, not everyone has seen it. No, it's not a twist like The Village. It's not a twist like The Village. It's not like it's more or less like an explanation for like why
I
these kids
actually
left their
liked
home.
The Village, even though the twist was stupid.
I called the twist a mile away.
I didn't.
One line. Because of one line.
I think I like that movie and Lady in the Water more than other people like those movies.
Yeah, like this right here, it's a mystery horror, and because there's a mystery aspect to it, is why I don't want to spoil too much, basically. But it starts out with a little bit of exposition, and it ends with here's where this story begins, basically. Boom, and it like happens like starts like a month later. So basically, the kids have disappeared, and it's been a missing persons case for like a month or 2 months, basically. And we're following these characters who are coming to terms with the incidents. I don't know how to pronounce this woman's name. She played in The Wolfman. She played in the female Silver Surfer, and she actually gets to act in this movie, and she does a good job, I think. And she plays the teacher. No, not like an M. Night Shyamalan twist necessarily. Not like an M. Night Shyamalan twist, or at least a relatively more plausible twist. Julia Garner, thank you. She plays a teacher in in this elementary school, and she's the teacher in the classroom that all these kids have disappeared from. So it gets to a point when the movie starts where these parents are no longer looking to her for answers. They're more like they're pointing the finger at her. Like, why is it only you? Like, why is it only you that all these kids disappeared, basically? They're thinking that she had a hand in it, basically. And I think she did a very good job because we're seeing like she's not a perfect person. She's far from a perfect person. Like she cares, but she makes mistakes.
Did she though? Did she?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything. She's far from a perfect person. She cares, but she's not a perfect person. And she is trying to figure out what's going on too, at the same time being labeled by these parents, that she had something to do with the incident. I didn't mind the changing views, basically, because how the movie is set up is like you follow the story from her perspective, then you follow the story from Josh Brolin's perspective, the same time frame. So we see it from his perspective. And then do you remember the actor Alden Ehrenreich? He's in this. I didn't realize he was in this. He plays a role in this. So you follow it from his perspective, and then you follow it from another guy's perspective. The same time, the same timeline, essentially. And each timeline basically is showing, again, the different perspectives and showing you different clues to incidents that have been happening in the movie, pretty much. As we figure out what is going on, why all these kids vanished. And there's actually very creepy parts to the movie. Where it's I think it definitely does a good job with the atmosphere. It definitely, I think, does a good job with the atmosphere. There's some moments where it's like for me, I was genuinely apprehensive as to what was going to happen. So it does a good job with that.
Tara Crystal asks a good question. Is it UFOs?
You gotta see the movie to find out.
I want to know. Put it in the private chat. I don't want to see the movie. It looks scary.
Well, yeah, because it's by the same guy who did Barbarian. Have you seen Barbarian?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's creepy. It's not exactly scary. It's more like creepy. But I'll write in the private chat. Where is it? I'm just gonna
That's
answer.
cheating. No, because I don't know if I'm gonna ever see this movie. Well,
I'm just
okay.
gonna answer. I'm just gonna answer that question, but I'm not gonna say. I just answered her question, but I'm not saying what it is. All right. Well, thank you for the $2 super chat, you perverts. But yeah, I'll gladly leave your feet alone because I don't want your feet. So thank you for the $2 super chat to tell me to do exactly that I would do. So it's more like for okay. First off, Michael, Steph has a very low threshold when it comes to scary. Like my threshold is, I'm thinking it's creepy. It's apprehensive and it's creepy. But it's not scary. Steph would be
is
like
it more like is it more intense?
It can be like it can be like there's I guess some intense moments.
Like is it more is it a horror movie or is it a thriller? Because like I feel like those are two different.
It's more of a thriller with horror with horror aspects. Because it's more of it's more of a mystery than anything. Basically, there's some horror elements to it, but it's more of a thriller.
Okay,
it's more of a thriller.
I can handle that, but it looked scary.
So, there are a couple of jump scares, but that's it. Like that's really it. It didn't overtly rely on jump scares or anything like that. And that's about as much as I'm going to say. I think the leads, at least Julia and Josh, basically like they did good job. Steph, watch the movie.
I'm asking her what it is in the private chat.
Yes,
I'm taking guesses.
All right, but that's all I'm going to say. If you are looking forward to the movie or planning on seeing it, I don't want to say too much, because there is a little twist, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Even if you don't care about spoilers, there are other people that do, and I don't want to spoil it. So yeah, I'm saying that's why I say this is like movie metal walking down. Like what some people find scary, others may not. That's why I said Steph asking me a question about whether or not something is scary is the worst possible question she could ask me. Because my threshold for that is so much more elevated.
Yeah, Mara lives and breathes the horror. I don't.
Yes, I my favorite genre is the horror genre. It's always been the horror genre. So, but anyway,
did you see my guesses in the private chat?
Yeah, I'm saying them, Steph.
Just say yes, 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 or yes, no, yes, or answer. Yeah.
I'm looking. What the fuck to the second question?
What?
No. How about that?
Aw, man. Okay.
Aw,
man.
But she's asking me these questions, and I'm like, watch the movie.
I can't believe that they're not involved in it.
Watch it during the day so you can watch SpongeBob later. Watch the movie, all right? Watch
that last one. Seriously, that last one's not it. All right. I thought I made a good guess.
It's like watch the movie stuff.
I don't want to.
All right.
If I watch scary movies, it has to be with like people.
Get your brothers to to protect you from the scary thing on the screen.
They make fun of me, Mara.
Do you want me to give my honest response to that?
No.
Just like I don't know. As soon as the words left your mouth, I'm like, you don't want my honest response to that statement. Anyway, Liam Neeson was asked a question basically because I'll be talking about my impressions of the Naked Gun movie, and he says the Naked Gun reboot a one-off, says Liam Neeson. So anybody expecting a reboot, like a sequel to the new Naked Gun movie, like Liam Neeson saying it's a one-off. I'm not going to tell her. She has to see it. What are the scariest horror films in your opinion? again, not the best question to ask me because, again, my threshold. But in terms of like atmosphere, I always go to The Exorcist. Exorcist is my favorite horror film of all time. I think it's actually better than the book in some regards, because I've read the book as well. I always go to The Exorcist as my favorite. Movies for me that are always the scariest are the ones that don't show you everything, basically. Like, so I don't consider slasher movies scary. They're jump scares, but I don't consider them scary, because when Hollywood leaves it up to the audience to like imagine what exactly is happening on the screen, I think that's scarier than the human imagination is scarier than whatever Hollywood can conjure up. I saw The Terrifier. I've yet to watch Terrifier 3, but even that I don't consider scary. It's more gory. It's like basically gore porn. It's like weirdly fun to watch gore porn, but it's gore porn. Steph? No.
Yeah.
No.
Just one more question.
I'm answering your question. You have one more?
Okay.
I'm answering your question, Steph. No. So, oh my God, Steph. Watch the movie.
Dang it.
No,
I think I got it.
I can't say anything to that question because you are actually on the right track.
Ooh. I
All
like
right.
that movie, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, well, this is like nowhere near kid friendly, like Hocus Pocus. Anyway, okay, so I watched the Naked Gun reboot. I don't know if anybody else in the chat has watched it. I know Steph said that she didn't watch it. I think there were jokes that landed, and then there were jokes that didn't. Basically, it's like, how do I describe it? Basically, so it's like Liam Neeson plays somehow, like, if you can buy, plays Frank Drebin Jr. They have Pamela Anderson as like the romantic lead, and so forth. Like I said, like there are jokes that land and like jokes that don't. Basically, like at the beginning of the movie, what you see in the trailer with the bank robbers, that's like beginning of the movie. So that doesn't spoil anything, basically, and that's where the MacGuffin of the movie, happens. Like the element, what's stolen that moves, like essentially moves the plot forward. I don't want to say what it's called because that's part of the humor in that scene, basically. But I think like Liam Neeson does a good job with like deadpan delivery, and I think part of the reason why it's like he's able to do it, and like why Liam Neeson was able to do it, is because both actors started out as serious actors. All right. So yeah, I heard that, Michael. Both started out as more serious actors, so they're able to deliver comedic lines seriously and still come across as funny, basically. There's a running gag with coffee, which I'm like, okay. For me, it got a little old because I'm like, yeah, we get it. We get it. I wasn't wild about the date scene montage. I'm just saying, like, it's like a little too much, where it's like in that movie. So if you liked it, it's like fine. I'm not gonna like look at the private chat anymore. Can you please watch the movie? Watch it during the day. Watch it during the day. Take your family. Yes, they'll make fun of you. Watch the movie. Anyway, hey, Scattered Night.
My brothers will make fun of me.
Yeah. Steph, at this point, I'm going to make fun of you. Just just watch. I said go during the day. Just go during the day. Well, I give him credit, yeah, for his array of roles, which I think, I think with a better script, so I probably I'm probably there are others that I think find the movie funnier than me. With a better script, I think it could have worked. Could have worked with the Naked Gun reboot. I wasn't wild about the dating montage segment. The whole plan, basically, with the villain, for me, it was a little too absurd and kind of a little on the nose politically in a way. Not
Does it ruin
overtly.
the film for you?
Well, the movie itself is not exactly, in my opinion. If you want to watch it, chat, go ahead. All right, don't me giving my impressions of it. Trey liked Naked Gun more than I did. I would say, because like I said,
Do you think the reason it works, like the reason the Naked Gun movie works, is because Liam Neeson is such a serious actor that everything he does in the movie is even more humorous because it's Liam Neeson.
I said, it's when the jokes land, a lot of it is because of the line delivery from Liam Neeson. Because again, he started out as more of a serious actor, much like Leslie Nielsen. So that's where the humor is. I don't know if you've seen the first Naked, the original Naked Gun.
I haven't. Yeah, that's why I didn't see the second this new one. I've never seen the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, but it's basically a lot of it. I'm just saying his motivation, his whole plan was a little too absurd. The villain in in the original movie, his plan was a little absurd, but at least it was relatively believable. This one here, it's kind of on the nose in terms of politics when it comes to technology and things like that. Than the original Naked Gun movie.
How was Pamela Anderson?
I think she did it. I think she did a good job. I prefer Priscilla Presley because Priscilla Presley had kind of she's kind of playing the femme fatale in a way, but at the same time, there's a wholesomeness to her.
Was Priscilla Presley in this movie?
She had a cameo, and I missed it.
Oh.
Apparently, she had a cameo as her original character, Jane Spencer. But Pamela Anderson was decent. She wasn't bad or anything. She was decent. It's more or less the script, basically, is what I have a problem with. Whereas, again, the humor was very hit and miss. Whereas, with the original Naked Gun, there were a lot more hits, way more hits than misses, in terms of the line, in terms of the humor and the line delivery and so forth. In this movie, it's I was that thing, I was okay, I chuckled at that, and then I'm nah. So, but that's my impression of the Naked Gun movie. The new Naked Gun movie. I'm saying it didn't have the same creative flair. Basically, it's a little too on the nose. The whole plan by the villain was way on the absurd side. Weird Al Yankovic has a cameo in it, which is more of a nudge, wink, wink to his cameo in the original movie.
Mm-hmm.
But not as good, in my opinion.
My favorite thing to come out of this movie is that Liam Neeson is dating Pamela Anderson.
That's probably so. Yeah, they're dating.
That's my favorite thing to come out of this movie.
See where it works with Kingsman. It works where it works with the Kingsman film. It doesn't work with Naked Gun. That's the thing.
I love Kingsman.
No, I'm saying it's the villain's plan. He's saying, and I'm agreeing with him. The villain's plan in the new Naked Gun movie is more similar to the plan in the first Kingsman film, but it works in the Kingsman film because of the over the topness, essentially, to the exaggeration, to the whole that plot.
But isn't the Naked? I mean, the trailer for the Naked Gun was over the top.
Well, see, the thing is, with the original Naked Gun, it's not over the top. That's the thing. That's why it doesn't work for me, because the Naked Gun, the original Naked Gun, is subtle in its humor. It's subtle in its humor. A lot of the humor is basically in the lines themselves and how they're delivered. There's really no over the topness in the original Naked Gun movie, which has like gives it more an air of
Okay.
more of an air of plausibility than this new Naked Gun film.
Mm.
So I'm saying
So
like
it didn't blow you away.
it didn't blow me away. If you want to see it,
Do you recommend it though? Like, is it funny?
See, like, my recommendation is coming from like an element of subjectiveness, basically. Like what I find funny, or like you might not find funny. What I don't find funny, you might find funny. So if you want to, I'm saying this: if you want to see it, go see it. I personally, I think it was overhyped. I think it was overhyped.
Oh.
If I see it again, I'm going to be seeing it with my siblings. I mean, like, it's like there's jokes that land. I'm saying there's jokes that land. But for me,
was it a decent follow-up to the Naked Gun movies?
Yes and no. There were like parts where it's like there was a decent follow-up. But then there are other parts where I'm
humor. When did the original Naked Gun movies come out?
Oh, like well, it started in the 80s basically, and the last one was like 90.
So humor is shifted
in the early 90s
a little bit.
Yeah,
since
the humor
then,
definitely shifted. The humor
shifted and changed. Do you think that this was a decent 2025 follow-up that sort of, did its due diligence, paid homage to the Naked Gun movies while not disrespecting the Naked Gun franchise?
Again, I think there's parts where I can see that they respected the Naked Gun franchise, the Naked Gun movies, and then there's parts where I'm like, I wouldn't even say it's the same type of humor as the original, really, because again, like there was like there were elements that was the same as the original, but then I'm like, it gets way too over the fucking top with especially near the end. Anyway, that's my impression.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, like I don't want to say like yes and no, go see it or don't go see it. Basically, it's up to you. It's up to you in chat if you want to see it or not. I just feel like for me, it's like it was okay. It was okay. It was okay.
I like that Liam Neeson found himself Pamela Anderson. If you didn't know Liam Neeson's story, do you know his wife?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and she died, and
super sticker. Yeah,
he was single for years and years and years and years, and I think
because that was like he actually that was not the typical Hollywood marriage. Like he actually loved her. Like they
he loved her, and she died in a skiing accident or something, which was terrible. And then he stayed single until I think maybe 2020. That happened in when maybe late 2010, 2008, maybe. I don't know. It was in the 2000s. I remember that.
A long time. It was like a while ago, like a long while
ago. And he stayed single for a really long time. So I'm like, oh, let's go, Pamela Anderson.
Yeah. So again, those are my impressions of Weapons and Naked Gun. So let's talk. Hold on.
Oh, 2009? Okay, I was close. 2009.
Sorry, got a notification on my phone. I did like Weapons. I think comparing to Barbarian is slightly better, but Weapons is a trip. I'm saying Liam. That's why Liam Neeson's line delivery in the Naked Gun movie works, much like with Leslie Nielsen, because Leslie Nielsen did serious movies before he did comedy, so he was able to deliver, say, his role in Airplane and his role as Frank Drebin in Naked Gun. He was able to deliver the lines with seriousness, even though the lines themselves are funny.
I think you just like the Naked Gun movies better. You bias. I'm just kidding. I know what I'm talking about. I haven't seen any of them.
Maybe offline because when you watch, even if you're watching trailers, my channel gets hit. So I'm even if it's a publicly released trailer, it gets hit. But I'll watch it offline. But let's talk about Final Destination, because we'll still kind of save
Okay.
Superman a little bit. We'll talk about the fact that where's that tab? Final Destination 7 is in the works. Fucking close. Thank you.
I don't like
So,
this.
see, the thing is, I'm waiting to see what they do.
I don't
I'm-
even care. I don't even care. And here's why. Look, I loved Bloodlines. I thought it was good. I thought it was a great way to wrap everything up. And for them to be like, oh, that's going to be the final destination, like that's it. We're doing it, no more after this.
First off, you'd like no better than to listen to Hollywood, basically, at this
it
point.
was
It's like
what's his name? What's his name? The guy that's in all of the Final Destination movies.
well, yeah, Tony Todd. Talking about Tony
Yes,
Todd?
it was that character's final movie. He had an unscripted goodbye to all of the fans of the Final Destination franchise that they kept in the movie. I thought that was great. And it was perfect. Like, it was a perfect ending. They paid respects and homage to all of the other Final Destination movies, which was pretty cool. And it was a cool way to wrap it up. I think that, like, now, and it doesn't surprise me, but this is why I don't like it, is because studios are like, oh my gosh, this shouldn't be the last one. We should make more, because this movie actually did really well at the box office. But the reason it did well at the box office was because it was the last one. They said it was going to be the final one. Like, that was
So I was gonna
it.
say,
That's why
I
people
never
went
believe.
to
I
go
never
and see
believe.
it.
I never believe. Now, I'm not saying anything against Tony Todd, because I guess he's saying, because that was his he was under that impression, basically. But anything coming out of Hollywood, I never believe them when they say it's going to be the last one, especially if it makes money, because Hollywood is all about making money, and they're going to ride that horse until it, they
It's
can't
so
ride it anymore.
stupid. It's so
I'm not
dumb.
saying,
Like,
I'm
that
not
was
saying it
the
makes sense. I'm
perfect
saying that's what they're going to do.
ending. It was the perfect ending. And now it's just like, yeah, it was already screaming greed, because they had like, what, 7 of them already? I don't even know how many they have.
Of
And
what?
the one
Final
before this one
Destination?
was it the one before this one, or was the one previous?
This one is the 6th. So there's 6 Final
The
Destination
6th one?
movies.
Okay, I think it was like
Yeah.
the 4th. Was it the 4th one? Well, that was just terrible. It was just like screaming cash grab. But this was cool. It was a nice way to wrap it up. The acting was pretty good. The deaths were pretty good. Like, it was a good film. And because it was the final one, they're like, oh, we're gonna go and see it, see how they wrap up this IP, see how they wrap up this franchise. And now they're gonna make another one. Do you think it's gonna do as well as this one? I personally, I don't know. Because more people went and saw this one because it was the final one. It was the last one that was gonna have.
Like Trey, I'm mixed. I'm like, I don't like. I've told Trey this. I don't think they should be making a new Final Destination movie. I don't think they need a new Final Destination movie. But at this point, it's like, it's Hollywood. They're going to fucking do it. I want to see what they do. Out of morbid curiosity at this point, not because I think the movie's going to be good or that I'm actually looking forward to the 7th one, but out of morbid curiosity, because the only way for it to at all work, and I'm just saying work very loosely in this regard, is that they go back to a different decade. That's it. Because they set up the whole timeline thing and how all these families should not have existed, basically, as an element in the 6th movie. I'm not saying that I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm just curious to see what they do. I mean, it's Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't think in terms of really what the audience wants at this point. They think in terms of, oh, this movie made money, so let's basically, it's another, like, it's someone in the chat pointing out, milk that cow until we can't milk it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they are making a Toy Story 5. So
yeah, they're going to do it. So they're going to do it. So regardless of whether or not, because they don't think in terms of what does the audience want. They think in terms of what will get butts and seats. In their mind they're thinking, well, Final Destination 6 did so well, that must mean they want a 7. So we're going to make a 7.
Yeah.
That's like Hollywood logic.
We can't end it now. They want more.
Yeah, that's Hollywood logic. And I got to a point where I'm like, it's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. Yeah,
Trey's like,
11.
Yeah, Trey's like, Scream 7, another Jason movie. Saw 11.
I mean, Friday the 4th, Friday the 13th movie is called The
I
Final
know what you
Chapter.
did. They brought back. I know what you did last summer. They did.
They brought that back too. I was like I said, the fourth movie in the Friday the 13th films is called The Final Chapter, and guess how many more are after that? Like that's called the final chapter. Oh, by the way, there's 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, it's like after,
Oh
you know,
my
and
gosh.
counting after that of Jason movies. So it's like
Yeah, I know. It's just so dumb. Like this
I'm
last one
not
was
saying
re-
it's smart. I'm
this
just saying
last one
like
was
that's
really
old
good. It was
mentality.
really entertaining. It's like they upped their game from 4 and 5.
Mhm. I haven't seen the recent. I know what you did last summer. I'm hearing it's shit. Like, you know, especially in the third act. But if you think about
I
the
never
first,
watched those movies. So
you're not really missing anything because in the first movie and the second movie, but when they get to the twist in those movies, I'm like, then nothing makes sense before leading up to the twist when you find out what's been going on. I'm like, nothing fucking makes sense.
yeah. I'm more invested in the Scream franchise than I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
And when I say invested, I'm like, oh, they did that. Okay.
All right, but there it is. There it is, chat. Basically. So like I said, you know, it's I'm not when I say I'm on the fence, I'm more or less like I want to like get more news about it, see what they're going to do. Not that I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to see what Hollywood is going to do. But there it is. Let's see.
Have you seen those AI babies? Hold on, let me see if I can find one.
AI,
They're so funny.
like AI babies of like adult characters or
No, they're babies. Hold on, let me see. I think I liked them. I either liked it or bookmarked it so I could show it on a stream. They're so funny. Hold on, let me see if I can find one. Oh, these little babies.
the babies.
These little babies.
Babies.
So today's the big day. What do you think your house will look like?
According to my grandpa, it's a hellhole.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you get home today?
Watch the whole season of Love Island.
Oh God.
Again.
Are you going to finally meet your brothers and sisters?
I mean, I'd rather be an only child, but I guess.
So who's going to be at your house to welcome you home today?
My mom said it's going to be my auntie and her dusty boyfriend.
I'm excited to go home today.
My uncle told me that he has a torta waiting for me.
What?
A torta.
Is there anything you're going to miss about this place?
That nurse Candy that works the night shift, definitely her.
So any plans for when you get home?
My dad said we got to get ready for college, so...
The fact that it's an Asian baby makes sense. It's an Asian baby. I'm like laughing so hard.
He's like,
We gotta get ready for college.
You're leaving today. Who's driving you home?
Mom said some guy that pays her bills is getting us an Uber Black.
How do you feel about seeing your new room for the first time?
My stomach hurts.
Yep.
I've seen 2 of these. They're so funny.
I just again like the fact that it was an Asian baby and it's like it's like Dad says we have to get ready for college. So it's like
Yeah.
that
Look, here's another one. So probably homework.
Do you look like your mom or your dad?
Neither. I look like money.
What's something parents need to stop doing?
Don't keep passing me to everybody at the party. I don't know them damn people.
What's a red flag you had to deal with?
My mama put her cable bill in my name. I don't even know my ABCs yet.
What's a red flag in your parents?
They had the nerve to have me and be broke. I'm talking straight bombs. They hit me with hella shots and didn't even ask me first. They violated my civil rights.
What's a parenting red flag you already peeped?
They got oxtails on their plate and got me drinking Similac.
Who you beefing with right now?
My cousin Kalo took my fruit snacks, lied about it, now we not cool.
So what's day one?
I'm sorry, these are so funny. I saw these on Twitter the other day. I was like, what is this?
And out the womb feel like?
Don't ask me that. Don't do that. I'm still processing.
What's a red flag you noticed early?
They call me Stinker Butt, but it really be they booty stinking. Don't project.
What's a parent flag you'd report?
Letting the iPad die mid-video.
What's one thing you're not rocking with right now?
Tummy time is a setup. I'm fighting for my damn life.
What's something they do that's mad disrespectful?
Acting like I don't smell myself. Change me, bro.
It's so funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the bib says Balenciaga. It's so funny.
Oh my god. Yeah, fruit snacks. Oh, it's on. You see all my fruit snacks? It's on. Anyway, since we saw David Corenswet's old YouTube, if anybody's looking forward to watching Superman not on the big screen, apparently it's said to have a Stream reports that according to unnamed sources, Warner Bros. Is planning an August 26th release for Superman for video on demand and digital platforms. Which means essentially is that as long as you're willing to pay a premium fee, typically $20, I think it says $20 to $25, which is like $20 to rent.
Yeah, it's $20 to rent, $25 $29 to own, something like that.
Yeah. You'll be able to digitally rent or own the film before the end of the month, according to this. So yeah, if you missed watching Superman in theaters, I wish I could say the same. Like, I can say the same because I watched the High Seas copy. You'll be able, according to this, you'll be able to watch it digitally, but it's doing so well.
I know.
So, I know, it's doing so well.
Even James Gunn says so.
Well, according to James Gunn, hold on, let me find the tweet. Let me find the tweet, because I have that tweet bookmarked.
Where he replied to a fan?
Yeah.
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 Even James
Let's look at that tweet.
So.
Look at that tweet. Shall we look at that?
Pull it up. Pull it up. Was it on Threads? Because he's always on Threads or something. I
don't know, but I'm going to bring up the tweet with the screenshot of what James Gunn said. And I'm like, All right, this is DC film news, which I think is pretty much shills. All right, so people online keep saying that Superman needs to make $650 million to break even and be a success. Is that true, or would you say it's already a success? Huge fan of the movie, by the way, basically. So, all right. So then again, this person's asking based on the figure that Warner Bros. And James Gunn likes to keep throwing out, the $225 million figure, even though tax documents have clearly shown that this movie actually pushed closer to $330 million when you remove the tax incentives from Ohio, basically. During the film.
And it had a Barbie-sized marketing budget as well. So.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, it's also reported that $200 million, basically, at least, marketing budgets. So you're looking at basically $530 million, roughly. Which, you take that figure times 2.5, this movie, to just break even, would need to make a little over $1 billion. But James Gunn here said...
at minimum, I thought I had to make $750.
You have to include the marketing budget, basically.
I did.
Well,
I'm removing the tax incentives. I think that's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm saying you have to take $330 million. And what marketing budget are you? $200 million?
150.
Well, even 150, basically. So let's say 330 plus 150 is 480 million. You take that times 2.5, you're still pushing $1 billion. They have to break even. Because they need to make both the production budget and the marketing budget back to break even. But James Gunn says, absolutely false. Anyone saying that doesn't have an understanding of the film business. And we would be idiots to make a first in a franchise film that would need to make that much to be profitable. Oh, yeah, that's how it works, James Gunn. That's how it works. You have to, because studios do a 50-50 split domestically with theaters, basically. So whatever it grosses domestically, you divide that at least by half, and that's what WB keeps, and that's what the theaters keep. According to what I've read, internationally, it's more of a 40-60 split. That Warner Bros. Only keeps 40% of what it makes internationally, and the theaters, keep 60% of whatever it grosses. All right? And right now it's at like 578 million. Okay, so let's I have the numbers up. So it's 331 million, a little over 331 million domestically. Normally the international numbers are higher than the domestic numbers, basically. But the domestic numbers are higher, basically. So 331 million, okay? So let's take that divided by half. I'm going to do a little math on my phone, chat. I'm going to do a little math on my phone. Don't you love it? So $331 million. I'm going to go back to the StreamYard. Okay? 331 million. Divide that by 2, which means that Warner Bros. Is already only of the 50-50 splits raked in almost 166 million. All right? And if you believe the $150 marketing budget, which I believe is actually closer to 200 million, they didn't even make the marketing budget back in that.
Well, either way, I think either way, we already know that studios lie.
I'm saying they lie.
And James Gunn is no different. I think he's doing that, and people are going to take what he says and run with it, as a lot of people have been doing. And even in his replies, because this was on Threads, even in his replies, people are like, "Oh, James Gunn, this is the ultimate answer. He knows what he's talking about. He made the movie. He can't be lying to us." So people are just taking what he said at face value, thinking James Gunn will never lie. Warner Brothers would never lie. They've never done that before in the history of Warner Brothers. Never, 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 never. No studio head or no person who's at the forefront of the new DCU is going to lie. Of course not. Why would they do that? So yeah, I don't believe any of this. I think him saying oh, it's absolutely false. Get out of here. You also said The Flash was one of the best movies, one of the greatest comic movies ever. I do not believe.
Yeah, and they lied about
the word they say. I think it's mainly to save face because it was a failure in every way, shape, or form.
Budgets. So they've lied about budgets before.
Yeah,
so it's what makes them
and
think
considering
buy bullshit now.
Considering how split this movie was as well, with received by audiences, I think that it sort of launched with the tiniest of firecrackers, and then the follow-up shows and movies that they have planned they're not really being anticipated by a lot of people, by many people. They fast-tracked. I saw so many reports after this movie came out because they knew that it was being received mixed online, and now a month later, we'll see how it does as far as the box office. But this isn't a win. It's not a win. It's not a successful launch of your universe.
No.
But they're announcing oh my gosh, don't worry guys, James Gunn's working on Superman 2. We're fast tracking Wonder Woman, the Batman 2 script. It's finished. It's finished. It's going to be done. We have the filming time announced, and we have the movie release date announced. They started announcing so many things because they
Batman
knew
2 is not officially part of James Gunn's DCU. Batman 2 is
no,
separate
it's not, but it's still part of Warner Brothers. And I feel all of those
they're fast tracking that, and they're fast tracking Supergirl movie because people are looking forward to basically sorority girl Supergirl.
No, they're looking forward to the dog, because the dog's gonna be all over that movie.
Oh yeah, because apparently according
to
Crypto
went off with Supergirl to be in her own movie.
Because basically they're implying Crypto is not implying outright, basically just stating that Crypto is Supergirl's dog, when in fact no, Crypto is Superman's dog.
Yes, Crypto's going to be in the Supergirl movie. He's going to be all over that movie because it's her dog. I feel like that stupid dog is going to be passed back and forth to get people to go to the theater.
What I couldn't say exactly what I would do, Jody, but it would definitely be a horror movie because, again, you can have a small budget horror movie. You don't need a lot of flash. You don't need it to be long or anything like that. You just need the right atmosphere, the right apprehension and tension, and so forth, and at least characters that people can at least care for. Unlike in slasher movies, that's what I would do. If I had $30 million for filming and marketing, I would do a horror movie. I would set it more of a supernatural fare, and so forth. To allow basically the creator to me, to fix the horror genre that is basically fallen in Hollywood. Only like it's kind of coming back with like certain filmmakers, like with the guy who did Barbarian movie and Weapons, and the guys that did Talk to Me and Bring Her Back. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Because like I said, you don't need a long movie. You don't need a long movie. You don't need any flash or anything like that. That's what I would do. And 100% creative freedom, so I would fix the horror genre. Anyway, but that's like James Gunn's response, and I'm like, James Gunn is basically a proven liar.
Yeah,
but you have the Gunn
I think
Bros.
people want they want this movie to be successful, so they can laugh at other people's like in other people's faces, be like, haha, see, we told you, which is so stupid with this movie. Like I'm a huge DC fan, and I wanted to go in and absolutely fall in love with this movie and be optimistic about the future of DC because I want to see more DC movies, right? And especially since I did like the last, I did like the Batman movies, Superman, Man of Steel, all of those, the Justice League. Everything after that I didn't really care for too much. Wonder Woman was great. Wonder Woman 84 sucked. But
that sucked ass.
But like those were like the last characters that I loved, and I liked what they did with those characters, as dark as it was. And I think that DC taking on that darker tone is complete contrast to Marvel and what Marvel was doing at the time. But they wanted to Marvelize it, so they brightened it up and they made it more quippy and more funny. And I didn't like that direction because DC is not Marvel.
No, it never has been Marvel, and that's what reason why the earlier movies did so well. If you look at remember the chart that I pulled up with the box office numbers that each movie did, and how once the Snyder whatever you think of the Snyderverse movies,
Warner Brother interference though had a lot to do with the box office, because they fast-tracked that Justice League movie so quick with absolutely zero buildup that when that Justice League movie came out, it was like, okay, we're done. Where do we go from here? Like, they did where they didn't tease any other big bad after that, so it was like it was done. So what more do you want to invest in these characters that are essentially finished? If they made their own separate movies that led to something else, then that's fine. But there was absolutely no direction after Justice League, which is like, what am I going to be invested in?
They were literally throwing shit at the wall and hoping. They were literally throwing shit at the wall and hoping it stuck. That's what they were doing.
It was directionless. So why on earth would people invest their time in it if there's no direction, if it's not leading up to something? So I think that they blew their load with the Justice League movie. That's what they immediately went to Batman v Superman, and then they blew their load in Justice League. After that, it's directionless. There's nothing. So what on earth do people want to be invested in this for? But I liked the contrast, the differences in DC and Marvel. It should be like that. And the people that love Superman, and don't get me wrong, I don't hate the new Superman movie.
I do.
I don't hate it.
Go ahead.
But it's not great. I don't absolutely love it. There are some things that are wrong with it. There are some things that I found wrong with it. But it's the people that aren't leaving any room for nuance. If you hate it, then that means you hate James Gunn, you hate Warner Brothers, and you're just a Snyder bro. I hate that stupid fucking word, but whatever. People throwing it out everywhere. And that's the only reason that you hate this movie, because this movie is absolutely perfect. They're leaving absolutely zero room for nuance. If you either love or you hate the movie, there's no in between. And I think that that's dumb. That's such a dumb way to look at movies, because I was cautiously optimistic for the Fantastic Four. Again, it's just a movie. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I liked it a little bit better than Superman. But there were some people who were going into Fantastic Four because it was going head to head with Superman. And they're like, you know what? I'm just going to shit on this movie because people shit on Superman. So I'm not even going in with an open mind. I'm just going in to bitch about, to get
pretty much
points, get some topic of discussion so I can bitch about this movie. I'm going to find things to nitpick about. And it's it's the craziest thing.
Clickbait farm on X.
Yeah,
Go in.
it's
So
yeah, it's the craziest way to look at reviewing movies. I'm just like, you've lost the plot at that point. You
That's
know,
what
like you've completely lost the plot. You've completely lost everything.
Gun Bros have
basically.
never had a grasp of the plot, basically, because Gun could do no wrong in their eyes. Mike,
Well,
not just
like
my
there
like
were
pull this
supposed
up,
to
basically,
be
if you mean
three. I
if you
think there
mean
were originally supposed to be like 3 Justice League movies because there were different films in between Justice League 1, Justice League 2, and the final Justice League
Warner
movie. There
Brothers
was supposed
fucked
to
it
be
up,
3.
basically. Yeah, Warner Brothers fucked it up. But I want to say,
Yeah.
Mike, if you mean Marvel formula as in introducing the individual characters first and building it up and then doing like the whole
That's
team
what
up
they were
movie,
going
I
to
agree.
do.
That's
Like
I
it
agree
was
with
going to
that.
be a separate Aquaman movie, a Cyborg movie, Wonder
I
Woman.
agree
They were
with that.
going to
They
have
should've-
separate. There were going to be a Batman film, a solo Batman film. They were going to have all of this separate stuff, but Warner Brothers wanted to fast track everything.
Because they
so
wanted to play
they,
catch up with Marvel, even though Marvel had been out for had their movies out for a
yeah,
while.
I think like
basically before DCU came into existence.
yeah, if you remember, there was one Comic-Con where they announced all of their movies, all their slate of movies. And that you can see it. Like you can see them building up to Justice League, building up to Justice League 2. I think it ended at Justice League 2. But you can see like the build up to it. It was going to take time, it was going to take patience, but they just didn't have any of that at Warner Brothers. They wanted to fast track all of that.
I'm saying that's like where it like you pointed out got like officially screwed up because they didn't have the patience. Nor did they have the faith in the audience to stick with them. But the audience would have wanted that build up because we want to get to know these characters right before you team them up into what is known as the Justice League. We want to see Wonder Woman, a solo Wonder Woman movies, like see like where her story, like how her story evolves. Cyborg, how his story evolves. Flash, how his story evolves, and so forth. We want to be connected to those characters, so that way we actually care about them. Once you get to the formation of the Justice League, that's what people wanted to see. They had no faith in their audience, the DC audience, and they were impatient.
Yeah,
and that's what we're seeing now. The culmination of what we're seeing now with the Gun era, following the Hamadaverse, and
Hamada was going to reset everything with the Flash movie, but then like the execs got Gun and that whole they like reset everything. So it was one of the reasons why he stepped down. Like his plan completely was just shit on. They even made a random Birds of Prey movie. They made that movie because of the popularity of Harley Quinn. And then they had their lead actress, Margot Robbie, and the director like shit on the male fans, saying how misogynistic it was, talking about her costume, saying she's going to be covered up in this movie. They like did the stuff that you're not supposed to do because literally people are watching Harley Quinn and she shot up to popularity because of what she looked like in the first Suicide Squad movie. And like, you're saying, oh, she's gonna be covered up. I don't want the male gaze. Talking about the male gaze before the movie comes out. Like seriously.
You know what I love we know what I love about when people bring up the male gaze is that like these are people that like profess to be LGBTQ allies, and I'm like, then what about the lesbians? Don't you think they want to look at a scantily clad woman as well? Pretty much. Like it's not like you like claim yourselves to be on this like the right side of history and against homophobia and shit like that, but you're completely when you say male gaze, you completely discount the lesbians and bisexual women who maybe want to see like Margot Robbie walking around in a little bit more scantily clad outfits. But again, like that movie's biggest sin was more or less it was shit.
Yeah.
It was
it was terrible. Shit. Oh my gosh, that movie was garbage. It was garbage.
Yeah.
The Rock was supposed to take over. The Rock tried to take over. So like that was another reason why Hamada was pissed. So Hamada told The Rock wanted a face off between him and Superman, which is why Henry Cavill appears at the end of his movie. Right? He wanted that. Hamada said no. Because he didn't The Rock didn't want to be in a Shazam movie. Like that's a
even though Black Adam is a Shazam.
Even though Black Adam is, he's a Shazam villain, right? But he didn't want to fight Shazam. He wanted to fight Superman. The Rock wanted to do what The Rock wanted to do. So he said, all right, Hamada said, no, I'm going to go above Hamada's head. right? And
Yeah.
he asked Disney execs, pitched them idea, and they were like, yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
And so they told Henry Cavill that he was coming back as Superman. Hamada was pissed, right? Because the Flash was supposed to reset everything. And it was another reason why he left. And they told that to Henry Cavill. And I think like maybe 2 or 3 weeks after they told Henry Cavill, like, yeah, you can announce it, blah, blah, blah. And he did. He announced that he was back. Then James Gunn took over. And James Gunn had like this private meeting with Henry Cavill telling him like, sorry, you know, we're not bringing you on back. We're not bringing you back as Superman. We're going to do something different. And David Corenswet asked him like, okay, fine. Can I announce it? You know, do you mind if I make the announcement? Not you, not anybody else. I want to do it. And that's why he made that announcement on Instagram. Like, I'm not going to be coming back as Superman. It was so messy and ridiculous and just completely unorganized shit that happened. That it's so DC was so messy. It was super messy. And then the announcement that James Gunn was taking over and resetting the DC universe while they have and saying that like everything pre James Gunn, aside from the James Gunn attached projects, are going to not matter anymore. They're not going to be canon. Nobody's moving forward with any none of the characters are moving forward, but they have a slate of movies that are still meant to come out. So like, why be invested in these characters or these movies? Why go and watch them if none of it matters? So that's why, like, at the tail end of DC, none of those movies made any money because it was Blue Beetle. Nobody gives a shit about Blue Beetle. It was the Flash movie and all the negative press surrounding Ezra Miller. And nobody went and saw that, even though like James Gunn was like, oh hell yeah, it's so good. Nobody went and saw that. Like he tried to sell them as best as he could, but nobody was going to see these movies because who goes and see these movies? The DC fans do, like the ones that are invested in these DC projects, and you know, maybe a little bit of the general audience, but mostly DC fans are going to see, and fans of superheroes are going to see these movies. But if it's directionless, if it doesn't matter, why invest your money and time?
Yeah. Well, pretty much. Like I said, that's why I say like Warner Brothers needs to give up DC, and they're not going to. They're going to hold on and try to milk that cow as much as possible, even though that cow is, not to be morbid or anything, that cow is dying right now. Like there's no resurrecting. There's no resurrecting the DCU in my opinion. Basically, the only way to do it is to like stop making movies, wait a few years, get your shit together, then come back with an actual slate of movies, an actual plan.
What's crazy is that they had a plan, and
I know, but they don't follow
like,
through with it.
No,
I'm saying like,
we want that Avengers money now, not later on down the line.
Yeah, I'm saying like have a plan and stick with it,
and
have that plan be we're going to focus on these individual characters to build up to this movie, like this Justice League 1. Then we're going to have this slate of movies that leads up to Justice League 2. Boom. And so forth. They wanted the Marvel money yesterday without taking the time and effort needed to actually build up their DCEU.
Yeah, there was a reason that Avengers movie did well. Like it had movies that lead up to it, different characters, different end credit scenes that tease more, so you keep coming back. People started getting invested in the individual characters, and oh my gosh, they're all going to be together in this one movie, the Avengers movie. Hell yeah, I'm gonna go and see that.
Yeah,
you know. And DC was just like, nah, let's just put them all together now. we'll have what do you call it? We'll have like Bruce Wayne look at the camera footage, security footage, and that's how we'll introduce.
That's how we'll introduce
Jason Momoa with his his Aquaman shit at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, so really, that's like the one thing about the movie. I was like, really?
Oh my god.
The Flash security camera footage, I'm like, that's pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, because I know the character. And I'm like, but at the same time, it's like I don't care necessarily about that character in this sense because there was no build up with the character. So I'm like, he's gonna like what? He's gonna appear in like the next movie? Why should I care? So, but anyway, There's something I wanted to point out here. Warner Brothers will never give up DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Looney Tunes, Mortal Kombat, etc. No, they're not going to give that up. Even though I want them to give up Lord of the Rings, because again, like they're ruining it just as much as they're ruining DC. They're not going to give it up.
Did you listen to the little girl that's going to play Hermione?
I caught some audio.
Did you hear the audio? It actually sounds pretty good.
I mean, audio wise, I'm saying audio basically line delivery, like she sounds like she's capturing Hermione, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not as invested in that IP as other people are, so I'm like listening to it. And I'm like, okay, that's
I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good. I like it. She's got a nice little personality. She's spunky. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, eh.
I love that. Hold on, wait. Let me find it. Some people were saying like they cast the audiobook actors better than the actual actors.
And she is a race swap. So
I don't think they did.
She is. In J.K. Rowling's original drawings, J.K. herself drew Hermione as white. Not like that. But Senpai J.K. can do no wrong, even though she has creative control over this series. So yeah, she was white.
I love
white
this.
by the author herself. So
I love this book casting of the adult characters on Harry Potter. Hugh Laurie will play Dumbledore. Matthew McFadden, Lord Voldemort. I was like, let's go. That's actually pretty good. Riz Ahmed for Snape. That's not bad either. And Michelle Gomez for McGonagall. That's pretty awesome. But hold on, wait. Hugh Laurie, where's he at? Where's he at? Because here it is. Oh my gosh, so good.
And I am playing Albus Dumbledore. Listen to me, Harry. You must study occlumency as hard as you can.
I'm Frankie, and
I love it. I can't. I'm gonna listen to these, but
Well, the voice acting, sounds like
Yes.
Oh, on point at least with Hugh Laurie. Like you can pretty much do no wrong with Hugh Laurie. If you him, you can pretty much do no wrong.
I'm totally gonna listen to this. It's the full cast audio for all of the
I don't know how you're
gonna.
I don't know how you're gonna take my statement to this basically, but the kid they cast as Harry in the TV series looks like Rachel Maddow.
Rachel, what?
Look at Rachel Maddow in glasses, and then look at the kid who they cast as Harry, and I cannot unsee it. He reminds me of Rachel Maddow. Maddow.
I know how to spell her name.
Okay.
He does not look like. Oh.
He does look like Rachel Maddow.
Mara.
I looked at his picture and I'm like, that's
no. You know what? He's a child. I'm not going to say that. He's a child.
I could have said a lot worse.
I'm more interested in his accent because he's Scottish.
I'm sorry, okay? I have that habit of doing that shit to people where I'm like, I don't want to ruin this, but see, the way my brain works, okay?
Dang it. It's the glasses.
I think honestly, I think I'm on the spectrum basically. Because the way my brain works, if something sticks out to me that doesn't make any sense, I will think on it and think on it and think on it. And then I'll say, and then like, if it makes like, if it's in a movie, basically, I'll be like, yeah, but this doesn't make sense. And then I fucking ruin the movie for other people. Because now they can't.
Mara's like, I'm on the spectrum.
I think I'm on the spectrum. Yeah.
Damn it. Why'd you do that?
Anyway.
Because like if I look at his picture next to Daniel Radcliffe, like it fuck, now all I see is Rachel Maddow. He's a child. Anywho, I'm more interested in the fact that he has a Scottish accent. I'm wondering if Harry Potter, this new Harry Potter, is going to have his Scottish accent.
Oh, we'll see.
And he's going to be Scottish. Scott. I don't even know how to do a Scottish accent. Scottish. Is that right?
You're a Scot, Harry.
Scottish.
Yes. Sound like
I'm
Sean
what?
Connery. Sound like Sean
I'm
Connery.
what?
You're a Scott Harry.
It's gonna be a critical drinker, like as Harry Potter.
Anyway, Chad, that's
Damn
kind
it,
of like what
man.
all I had here. I'm going to show this for staff basically, and then we're going to call it because it's like going for about not like a little over an hour and 40 minutes. Because Steph was playing Battlefield 6, and I caught this headline, and I thought, well, that's kind of funny. Basically, Blizzard's ex-CEO says Battlefield 6 will boot stomp Call of Duty this year because the franchise has gone downhill. Calls it a victory for players as Call of Duty won't be lazy anymore. First off, that remains to be seen at this point. That remains to be seen because this is just the beta of Battlefield 6. We have yet to see the full launch. Hey, Teresa, we've yet to see the full launch. But the way Call of Duty is gone,
it's trying to be Fortnite.
Yeah, it's pretty much Call of Fortnite at this point.
Yeah,
it's pretty much Call of Fortnite. So it remains to be seen. Yeah, if DICE doesn't fuck it up, it will be a victory. It can be a victory. But at the same time,
it's so weird, like watching my brothers play it and seeing all of those characters in it, like Beavis and Butthead, the Ninja Turtle.
Beavis and Butthead are in it now.
It was so weird. At first, I was like, "Are they playing?" No, they're not playing. They don't play Fortnite, but it was Call of Duty. I was like,
"Yeah,
it looks so weird." It takes you out of the game.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like that's why I'm like, this one. I think I don't. Well, I think it'll. Do I think it'll boot stomp Call of Duty? Not necessarily. I think it'll give it Call of Duty run for its money.
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot Nicki Minaj and Seth Rogen in Call of Duty.
They had wrestlers in Call of Duty, basically wrestler skins in Call of Duty at one point. You could run around as Godzilla or something at one point. Remember the Attack on Titan anime? They had those skins, I believe, in Call of Duty. So it's like, am I playing Call of Duty or Fortnite? I don't know. I don't fucking know at this point. But they but it's like pretty much that's what they were doing. And so, do I think necessarily that this will curb stomp or boot stomp Call of Duty? Not necessarily. It can, if basically the people they keep with what people are liking in the open beta and they release it and they get people back in to liking Battlefield after Battlefield 2042. They could conceivably give Call of Duty a run for its money, I think, but it remains to be seen. Oh yeah, Call of Duty even had a bong gun. A bong gun, basically, where you got that skin and you could smoke your gun periodically. In Call of Duty, that's exactly the type of guns they gave me when I was serving in the military. I got a bong gun going to Afghanistan and Iraq. Yeah, it's totally fucking really realistic. That's what gets me with Call of Duty chats, is when they were kept touting the fact that they would train with these guns, so they have a realistic feel and shit like that. And I'm watching people run around in a Nicki Minaj skin and a bong gun. I'm like, yeah, totally fucking realistic. Oh. Anyway, but that's all I really have, chat, because there really wasn't much in news that I saw that for this week. But next week it'll be on.
Gina Carano settled her lawsuit with Disney.
Yeah,
happy. There's a bunch of people that are happy for her. I'm happy for her, and there's a few people that were upset that we didn't get to a trial. I don't mind that we didn't get to a trial. I think that Gina has been through the ringer, and I think that she is finally on the other side of this. She can move on with her life. She put out a couple of statements which were very heartfelt, and I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I'm happy that she got her settlement. She can move on. And if in all honesty, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I think that the people that were upset were the ones that wanted the drama, the ones that wanted to farm that drama, and the ones that wanted to make content off of that drama. Would that have been awesome? Yeah. But at the heart of this is an actual person who was unrightfully fired by Disney, and who's been through the ringer with Disney, with Hollywood, with her entire career, people online harassing her. So I'm glad that this is over for her and she can just move on. Her being helped by Elon Musk was, a blessing in disguise. So I think that this is outstanding for her, and I want nothing but the best.
Yeah. I'm fine either way, basically. It would have been interesting with the discovery phase of the trial, but Disney was. I like I said, when this whole thing happened, And I said, I even said Disney was not going to let it go to trial. They didn't want because that has a discovery phase. They were not going to. They would either drag their feet as long as they could, or they would settle. I said that. On
Apparently,
stream,
it kind of made it to Discovery, which is why now everything is sealed because Disney would have lost. But now it's a settlement, so everything is sealed. We won't be able to see it.
So I
But,
said, there's no way Disney would allow it to completely go.
They're not going to make it public. Not at all.
No. But anyway, Chad, that's all I have. Like I said, next week it'll be on Stuff's channel. Same, basically 8:30 p.m. I'm going to talk to my D&D group and because with the open beta for Battlefield 6, unless anything changes, I will likely be joining Stefan Disparu next Sunday. If Epic Mike wants to join in, more than let's squad up, see how that fares. How that fares. Because I am going to not tonight, but this week I am going to put the beta onto my computer so that it's ready for when the next open beta happens this coming weekend. And I'm going to check out Battlefield 6 for the very first time. Anyway, before I give my outro and what to expect this week, Steph, let everybody know where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
You can find me on my YouTube channel, My Nerdy Home. I'll probably do some gaming streams this week and a couple of streams on my channel this week as well. My brothers are bullying me.
As far as
they
me,
know I'm P right now. They're bullying me.
Yeah. As far as me chats, basically, you can find me primarily on YouTube for my gaming streams. I am streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I am going through Silent Hill 2. I don't know how close I necessarily am to finishing Silent Hill 2. We'll see how far I get on Monday. But I'm doubling up the reading streams for this month to finish Two Towers before the end of August, because beginning in September, I'm going to begin reading horror stories for the reading streams. September and October time frame. I'll still do the double up on the reading streams basically, but I have The Hellbound Heart. I have stories by H.P. Lovecraft. I have stories by Edgar Allan Poe. And so I'll be reading those types of stories going through October, Halloween, and then when November hits, go back to reading Lord of the Rings, beginning with the final book, Return of the King. I don't know if I'm going to do a Worldwide Weird stream this week. We'll see. But when Monday and Friday at least will be gaming streams. Tuesday and Thursday will be reading streams. And then I will be, like I said, likely joining Stefan Disparu on their Battlefield 6
I want to play more. I want to play more. I'm not even joking. I want to go live and play more. Can I share something with you, Mar?
Okay, real fast, as I got to take my dog out, so I got to go take care of her.
I found this account on Instagram, and it's the funniest account. Matt Kitai, I think that's how you say his name. He makes fun of Gal Gadot. Look.
Scene. Ares,
the god of war.
Yes. Yells, I shall destroy you. And he hurls lightning at Diana.
He's Hercules.
No. He throws lightning.
And he's not Zeus.
Not Zeus. He throws lightning at Diana. And then she says, goodbye, brother. And then she throws the lightning back at him. Throws it back at him.
That's incredible.
Did you read the script? No. You say goodbye, brother. And
action. Hey, goodbye, brother. He's my brother.
I'm going to make a sound
He's
effect.
my brother.
Well, yeah.
But they're not related.
Probably not. That's not the point. Here to say goodbye, and you throw the lightning back at Ares, okay? Then I shall destroy you.
Goodbye, brother.
When she says goodbye, brother, what do you think happens after she throws the lightning back at him?
He goes home.
No, he's no longer a part of the universe.
To Ares. Goodbye, brother.
You know what? We might be able to use that.
He's gone. See it.
Very good, Gal.
Kalel.
Yes. Gal, in this
That pretty much is her acting. That's pretty much
Ares, the god of war.
Yeah.
That pretty much is her acting. That pretty much is her acting range.
God of war.
That is her acting range. He's gone. It's like that is her acting range. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so funny because his whole thing. That's why she says Kalel.
Yeah, Kal-El, no.
He says Kal-El, no, like every time anything happens, and they're like, what do you mean? What do you think Kal-El means? She's like, or Kal-El no means. She's like, it's Kal-El no, like, oh no. He's like, no, that's not what it means. It's, oh my gosh, it's so funny. It's like when she first learns that his name is Clark and Kal-El. Oh, it's so funny. Ares, the god of war.
That's like the probably like the part in the like as much as like I overall enjoyed the Wonder Woman movie. That was the part where I'm like, really, like really.
Ares,
Anyway,
the god of war.
Like, literally defeating the god of war. Like yeah. Anyway, chat. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Like I said, gaming streams this week. Reading streams this week, getting through the 2 towers. I don't know about Saturday necessarily, and I don't know if I'm going to do a Worldwide Weird stream. I might do that like Wednesday just because I haven't done one in a while, and it's fun to do as a break from the cringe pop culture news, basically. I do have a Wonder Woman costume. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I have dressed like Wonder Woman before. Anyway, chat, thank you all for hanging out with us. I do have to run to go get my dog. Steph is itching to get back on to Battlefield 6. Godspeed with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you all tomorrow evening for some more Silent Hill 2. Peace.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was close. Mara. Oh no!
Oh my god, are you okay?
Mara, what channel is the stream on?
Mine!
You rampant slag.